And on we go with the path, on the path. The path is ruled by karma and reincarnation. And only the knowledge of that law, the correct knowledge, because most people have no correct knowledge of the law of karma and reincarnation, and they don't understand it, and they ask questions, rightfully so, that give the impression that the law of karma and reincarnation doesn't work. That's why we talk here constantly about it. As man sows, he shall reap, life after life. Energy, every energy that you give out into the universe returns to you. And only then can we understand happiness and suffering in the world. It's all caused not by a God, but by man itself, by every divine spark in manifestation. And this is why he has to return the divine spark, the monad, life after life, over and over and over again, until he succeeds in dominating the personality. The persona, as we know, the mask. Person derives from persona, mask. You are not the mask, you have one. We can be compared, most people can be compared to those who wear a mask and think they are that mask. And this is the so-called ignorance. We identify ourselves with that which arises and passes away. And this is how we suffer, through attachment to the impermanent. There are, dear friends, immature souls. And for them, it is very tempting to think that somebody died for their sins, and that they can lay down the burden of their sins at the foot of a cross. But they're wrong. No one can get rid of his sins or his problems through the wrongly understood sacrifice of Christ. It was never meant in the Bible to be understood this way. But, dear friends, when we decide to change for the better, through the path, through the teaching, then high beings, yes, Jesus and all other high beings, if we understand the true meaning of such a word, will help us. They will be with us aurically. So, each human being creates for itself the karma or all the situations in his life. It's then like a nutshell first, who is thrown by wild waves of suffering, you could say, and he's threatened to drown, or he drowns. But he will come back, next life, he will learn. All social injustice, dear friends, are based on or caused by karmic realities. Now, this is no reason to be haughty or to say, well, he deserves it. Let him have it. If you think like this, you will get it. Watch out. It's your karma to help this person, and it's the person's karma that has been helped by others. We are all one. We are all different, but the same. We are all the same. This is a contradiction, yeah? We are all different, but the same. We are all the same, but different. It's possible. Why? Book of Light explains it. The reawakening of the universe, first will be the last will be the first. The divine sparks do not appear immediately, but one after the other. No? There are young sparks, there are old sparks. And they come from the same source, but they are of different experience. And that causes individual difference, could say. Now the true causes of political and social injustice and cruelty, and also epidemics or catastrophes in nature, they all are based in the selfish feelings and thoughts of people who constantly think such energies, such thoughts, feel such feelings, hate, greed, lust, and the brutality that man generates to get what he wants. This is how they use our high standard of technique and of culture, you could say. For what? Just to satisfy their hate, their greed. See? Man uses thinking just to be more brutal than animal. With exceptions, of course. And this is the problem. And nature strikes back. And what also happens is wars, other catastrophes, and so forth. Yeah? So, there is a eternal, timeless, eternal, divine principle in space. And it includes harmony, justice, wisdom, and love. But think about it, dear friends. A God who would have created human beings just for a short time or one life, no matter if it's the body of a rich, talented, happy, or one of a poor, handicapped, mentally, physically, then he would not have, so to speak, deserved his cruel fate, no? Such a God would be a pervert, a sadist, a sadomasochist. Let's not insult God by such teachings, dear Christians and dear Muslims. But there is a karmic nemesis, and it saves the good, retails the bad, the evil, pays back, as long as there is again harmony in space. Because you see, the eternal goal, as I mentioned already, is harmony in all worlds of spirit and material world. And because most people don't have that knowledge of the Book of Light, they are not yet aware of it. There's still great suffering. So please help to spread the path and the teaching as imperfect as I spread it here. Sorry, excuse me. Some people, they believe at a not understandable decision of God. And others, they say, no, it's all mechanical. It's all mechanical. See, physical science thinks that matter causes awareness or consciousness. Book of Light teaches different. Awareness and consciousness is the cause of the material world. And so it's all dissatisfying. Only the teaching of karma and reincarnation can help us to live while this entire crazy world may suffer. See, I had a letter of 2 young people. They killed themselves. So many years ago. They said, how can we love each other when at the same time 25,000 children starve to death? At the same time people are killed, mutilated, enslaved, raped. How can we for 1 second even say, I love you? No. And they jumped from a bridge. Dear friends, you are here on earth not to carry the entire burden on your shoulder. That's why we have trillions of people. So, carry just the burden that is good for your shoulder. You are put karmically there where you can help the next, and if it's just your neighbor. But if you put the burden of the entire world on your shoulder, you will crash down. You will be crushed. Don't do it. Don't do it. See where your place is, and then do it. Then do your work. Then be happy that you can outlive your karma and help others to outlive their karma. See, that's why we are here for. We left the source long ago. And we left that unity into diversity. And that's why we suffer. At the root of each crime is the illusion of being separated. May the path end this illusion. We are all one, but individually different.